Hello, everybody. If for some reason you didn't see my short version of the Byleth reaction, I'll say it again here. I was very tired before this reaction. This is several hours after I went to work and everything, and I have not gotten much sleep. But I didn't get much sleep before the reaction either, because somehow I did not notice that my tag was sticking out of my shirt for 40 straight minutes. So please make that the only thing you leave in the comments is, oh hey, the tag's sticking out of your shirt, because I'm well aware. Anyway, thanks guys. I hope you liked the video. I can't promise that it's the most enthralling reaction, but I've put up every other Smash Bros. Reaction, so here's my reaction to the entire Byleth showcase. Hey everybody, we're a few minutes out from the Smash Bros. Presentation for Fighter number 5. I'm very excited for this. I actually recorded the entirety of the Game Awards and it didn't upload anything because honestly the Game Awards was a bit disappointing. But we're there's been a lot of speculation for the past couple months. We haven't had a character reveal since September. Terry came out in November, but he was revealed in September, so it's been a while. Also, I want it to be known, I am currently working on, but I'm not going to promise this video in case things happen here or whatever. I am working on top 10 Smash DLC characters I want. I'm not going to tell you like how I'm categorizing it or anything, even though I've probably mentioned it on Twitter, and I've mentioned characters in old videos. You can kind of piece them all together if you wanted to. But as far as this Fighter's Pass character, I think there are a few front runners. Number one going around right now is Dante. And this actually is Devil May Cry 3, which is coming out in like a month or so. Just been a lot of rumors around him, a lot of Devil May Cry dates lining up with Dante. So I could definitely see him being a possibility. There's been a lot for a Puyo Puyo character. If you've been looking at Sakurai's picks of the day, you know, some people say it's stretching, but even the Puyo Puyo developer, one of the main developers, retweeted this direct. So there might be something Puyo Puyo in there. You never quite know. We have the old Krakow Demon leak. Basically, people are saying Doomslayer, Doom Guy, but other leakers or leaker sources are saying no, Doom Guy's not in. So I don't really know where I stand on that. I think maybe leakers have stuff mixed up entirely. Along with that is Gino. I think Gino would make an excellent bonus character. I don't know if he'll make it in at, like, as a Fighter's Pass character, but I can see Sakurai talking about... Well, I'll get to that in a moment. And then the last one is Travis Touchdown. I think, you know, they were... No More Heroes is one of the only games from Nintendo that was at the Game Awards. I think No More Heroes... I think he could be, like... Even though I guess Dante would be like the Bayonetta. What I mean by he could be the Bayonetta is he's got a close tie to Nintendo. He's got, he's a mature character. And, yeah, I could see him kind of being the Bayonetta in that respect, not like playstyle. So yeah, I think that's all of the main front runners. I will say Sakurai, if you want to get crazy. You can always put in Goku. Dragon Ball Kakarot does come out tomorrow. And yes, I know, Sakurai deconfirmed anime characters, whatever. But yeah, so this is a bit crazy, because normally, in the past, people have either said things or whatever. That's what kind of like, with how many people are saying it's not going to be, with how many people not knowing who the character is, I could see it being like in the vault so much that it's like Goku or something. I've seen arguments for Dragonborn, the guy from Skyrim. I haven't really played the Elder Scrolls games. It would be neat, but I would definitely be much more excited about Doom Guy. But say Dragonborn gets in, he's a Bethesda character. That would allow for Doom outfits to be added in, and maybe Doomslayer's an outfit. It would hurt, I know. But yeah, so I don't really know. I'm checking the audio here. I'm gonna check the mic here. Yep. Yeah, okay, yeah. And, got everything recording everywhere. Still have a few minutes out. If I have any other points, I'll add it in. But yeah, I'm excited. Looking forward to it. Oh, also, I know I look incredibly tired. I want you to understand that with my current job, which is more afternoon to night related, than with me wanting to work on videos after work, because I can't do work on videos before work. It's too... I don't like going to work tired, you know what I mean? Like, and editing and all that stuff, it does... Even though you're at a computer most of the time, it does kind of drain you, you know? Because you're just constantly thinking about what you want the next move to be for the video. So yeah, I go to bed normally at 6 a.m. It is 9 a.m. I tried to change my sleep schedule around last night, and I ended up getting, I think... I got like an hour or two earlier in the night, and I woke up, and I got about an hour, probably at like 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. No, it was like an hour and a half. It was like 5 a.m. to... No, it wasn't even 5 a.m. When was it? Well, it might have been 2.5 hours, but yeah. Like 5 a.m. to 7:30. Regardless, that's not good sleep. So I am a bit tired, but I think the excitement of Smash Bros. Will still bring it out for me. Also, I do want to say, if it is Dante is a character that I love Capcom, but I just have had never anything to do with Devil May Cry. I guess the hack and slash genre is not one that just like I gravitate towards. I've always thought Dante is cool, like just from afar. Like, hey, that dude looks pretty cool. And I remember he was on like ScrewAttack's coolest characters list, and seeing like the intro video with like the pool balls where he's like shooting pool balls, and yeah, that stuff's sick. But I have played the Marvel vs. Capcom games, and I can kind of imagine how Dante is going to be, and I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying this as well. I can kind of imagine how Dante's going to be, and that just kind of scares me, because if you were worried about... If you had problems with Bayonetta in the last game, and Dante is fresh, you might have some issues. Because Dante has never not been good. Like, extremely good. Like, always one of the best characters. At least from a casual perspective, so... yeah. I don't go to, like, MVC tournaments, so I'm not gonna say I'm, like, a pro. But, whatever. Definitely not a pro. If you've watched any of my Marvel vs. Capcom footage, you know that. Alright. I'm going on a tangent. Oh, also another thing with Gino is Sakurai's pick of the day today. Honestly looks like an homage to Gino because of the Phantom Hourglass armor that Zelda uses. Villager's like holding it, and Gino is a possessed doll, and it looks like Villager's playing with a doll. So, could be Gino. Never quite know. Come on. We've been waiting, Sakurai. Oh, it's 9. Let's go! Ooh.
Hello everyone, I'm Masahiro Sakurai,
No sign, of
director
course.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate from Sora Limited.
Hello, Sakurai.
We'll be using today's showcase to give you a first look at our next DLC fighter.
Okay.
Actually, hardly anyone knows what we'll be announcing today, even among Nintendo staff worldwide. The development team and other stakeholders have been working on this fighter with the utmost secrecy. Which means other Nintendo staff around the globe will only start making preparations for release after the showcase has been broadcast.
Oh, wow.
So, it won't be available right away. Please understand that it will take a little time.
Okay.
I think even many Nintendo employees will be surprised to see this and say, wow, really?
Maybe it's a Sony character. Could be a Sony character.
So, let's all share in the fun of getting our hands on the latest information. However, even if you say, that's not the character I was picturing, I hope you don't have any hard feelings.
That's okay.
We've prepared a fighter reveal video. Once it starts, I think you'll figure out who it is pretty quickly.
Okay.
Now, let's do this.
Oh, God. Yes, finally. Oh. Please don't be Fire
Time has
Emblem.
finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharas upon our enemies!
Oh man, a Fire Emblem character. I assume.
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap? As you and I are one, I too am trapped within this void. In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be. Are you prepared to die?
Yeah,
I thought as
Byleth.
much. I
I've
also
heard
do not
that.
wish to die. And yet,
Or it's
there
gonna
is
be
no
out of
other
nowhere.
choice. You must join Smash. Join Smash Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
Oh God.
So joining Smash consumes even the darkness itself!
No. I have not played Fire Emblem. I know some people are gonna go crazy for this. It's not someone I really want. Maybe this could be the bonus character. He could be a troll, but it's probably. Oh?
Return, and sooner than expected. I see. Too many swordsmen, are there? And you wield the sword as well? What will you do? Huh. So that is how you plan to win the day? So be it. I reward your cleverness this time.
Okay.
How is this?
Bringing in different weapons. Okay. Byleth recruits Byleth.
Oh,
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics. With Arid Fire, strike with superior reach. Use Amir's overwhelming power. Unleash the blinding speed of Failnaught. Along with the sword of the creator.
Okay.
Each weapon matches a direction.
That's cool. And the stage is
Your will
clear.
and mine be now as one. To you, both sides of time are revealed. Through Smash, show the world.
I definitely thought this was going to be a third-party character. Oh wow, what a shock.
Yes, there you have it. Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses is joining the battle.
Shocker.
Fire Emblem Three Houses was released just last summer, so it's still very new. Even so, you'll soon be able to play as them in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Right.
This release is planned for January 28th. You'll
And it is
instant
Challenger
access
Pack
if you have
5.
the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass, and
Alright.
it will also be available for purchase individually. In case you're not familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll explain a few things.
Knowledge
so
of the
don't
fighter
worry.
is nice, but not required.
First off, what is Fire Emblem? It's really hard to pronounce in Japanese. The producer said it's okay if I just say Fire Emblem. But when writing it, if you don't write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you, so please be careful. The series' first entry launched in Japan
of
on the
course.
Famicom in 1990. You could say it was a pioneer in the genre of tactical role-playing games. You might be wondering what makes it particularly tactical. Well, it's tactical in that it simulates combat. You can think of it as moving pieces in a board game, or in other words, a game in which you advance units across a grid and battle. When we talk about tactical games of that era, there were lots of ones in which you command tanks, aircrafts, and so on. But Fire Emblem was unique because each unit was a specific character, sort of like in role-playing games.
Right.
Plus,
It's smart. They're gonna
something
sell a
made it
lot
stand
more
out
copies
from
of
other
Three
Nintendo
Houses
titles.
now.
Characters could permanently die. That's pretty direct language though, so perhaps we should just say they're sleeping with the fishes. But really, if a character fell in battle, you'd lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again. Recent entries in the series maintain this concept of permadeath to some degree in classic mode and what have you.
Also, most
But
of
a
the
lot of
leakers
games
were
now allow
correct.
strategic
Because it
so
was a
to speak.
Nintendo character.
In the older games, your units would really be gone, never to be mentioned again. Scary. The game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters and engrossing scenarios. Several characters also appear in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and 6 of the 7 can use a counterattack. It's their down special.
Ooh.
There's actually a reason for this. When I was considering how to incorporate Fire Emblem fighters into Super Smash Bros. Melee, I thought it might be interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original game. First comes your opponent's turn. They attack and you counter. Next comes your turn. And now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 17th game in the series.
Jesus.
People who aren't Japanese in particular might be thinking, 17 games? There are that many?
Right.
Well, if you include Fire Emblem Heroes in the remakes, but you don't include the Satellaview game, Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE, and Fire Emblem Warriors, then it comes out to 17 games. Let's try saying them in the Fire Emblem Can You Say It challenge. I'll give it a try.
暗黒竜と光の剣、外伝紋章の謎、聖戦の系譜、トラキア776、封印の剣烈火の剣、
Yeah.
聖魔の功績、
Okay.
草原の奇跡、
About the
暁
Radiance,
の女
Radiant
神
Dawn.、
心眼黒竜、新
Shadow
紋章
Dragon.、
覚醒イフ、ヒーローズ、エコーズ、風化雪月。
There you go, 17.
that was the
変な数
that was the
So
three.
you saw how I was counting in a weird way, right? I was counting in binary.
つまりこれが全部
This is 0. Fold this here and you get 1, and then you get 2, then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you get 16. Add 1 and you get 17. Awesome, isn't it? You can actually count up to 31 on one hand.
Wow.
And if you use both hands, you can count all the way up to 1023.
畳の数を数えるのに
Okay.
数を数える
If you've given up counting the knots in a tatami mat, you could always give it a go.
Why is this? It is.
What is Fire Emblem Three Houses? In Japanese,
it's a
the male
sword
version
game.
of the main character is called Bereto, and the female version
I'm
is called
sorry,
Beres.
you
But
can
in
read it
English,
on my
they share
face.
the
I'm
same
not a
name,
Fire
Byleth.
Emblem guy. I've never been.
Byleth becomes a
and I'm
professor who
sorry.
ends up leading one of 3 academic houses. Once you've chosen a house, you guide
So
them through their
unfortunately,
school life, and
I think the white
well,
balance
you
is
end up
going
fighting
off.
the other houses.
Don't worry
After a
about
certain incident, 5 years pass, and you meet up with your grown-up students to battle against the other houses in their regions. It's a very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you. To understand the concept of Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release.
that. Right.
I've done the same thing before, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example. Because I couldn't wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time.
Right.
For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time, I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter.
Yeah.
I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it.
Gotcha.
And of course, there weren't any walkthroughs I could reference.
Mm-hmm.
The game has multiple routes, and the outcome of each is very different. Your experience will vary depending on the route you choose.
Oh
and
my
many of
god,
the
can you
characters
imagine
you
if this
will adopt
was
different roles in the story?
if this was the
I'll
last
try to avoid spoilers
character,
when I'm talking
like if
about
they
the
only
fighter.
did one
I
Fighter's
hope you
Pass?
understand.
And I'm not shocked they didn't
Before
show
my
it at the Game
demonstration,
Awards now.
I should
That
point
makes a
out
lot of
that when I did
sense,
the
because I don't
Terry
know how
Bogard
many people
showcase
would be
video,
happy.
I mentioned that it was
But-
recorded a month in advance.
Wow.
But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such, so
Holidays,
we're filming
yep.
2 months in advance of this video's release.
Yep.
Right now, it's actually November.
Wow.
Therefore, some of what I'm about to show you might differ a bit from the finished version.
That's okay, Sakurai.
As always, I'm using a special in-game camera and such
Wonder if
for
anyone's texting
demonstration
me,
purposes.
probably. Nope.
Here I go.
Like, I know I'm gonna get a bunch of people saying. Yeah, as far as Challenger Pack 5, Byleth, the Fire Emblem 3 Houses. They're from Fire Emblem 3 Houses,
So,
joins the
this
battle.
is our new fighter, Byleth.
Hello, Byleth. At least you'll have different weapons.
Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them. Throws are not their strong point either. Their grab lacks range. But actually, you could say that they're distance demon.
Ooh.
The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem 3 Houses. They look like bones, and there's a reason for that. First, let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for upward inputs, the Sword of the Creator. The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip. They also use the sword for dash attacks and other moves.
Mm.
For their up smash attack, they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies in the air. For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip sword overhead. The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time.
That looks cool.
The up special move is really something.
Is
The
Sheik
sword
the only
extends
other
like
whip
this,
user? No,
allowing you
Zero
to do
Suit.
things like
Yeah.
this.
That
It
kind of
was
looks like
pretty
Joker's.
terrifying how I knocked him into the air with that attack.
Kinda.
And in addition,
That's pretty sweet.
you can do awful things like this.
You
That
say
said,
awful
you'll
or
launch
awesome?
opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain
Damn, the
percentage.
white balance is all off on this one. Oh well, sorry
Exceed that
guys.
percentage, and you'll need to be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge. I've already shown this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges. So that's the up special. Now for the sideways inputs. This is Erdvar, the same name as the weapon from Celtic mythology. First, we'll go through the forward and back air attacks. As you can see, they have a long reach. Like so. Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right? If Byleth does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able to beat it. Next, the side smash attack. This also has a long range. It'll connect even from here. Also, if you add an upward tilt, it will be stronger. And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them. By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful. The shaft part is weaker.
Also,
So
I
it's not suited to
apologize.
close combat.
There was someone in a comments of
deal
like
much damage, and it won't
I
launch
think it was a
opponents
Papa
far.
Genos video where I was like, I really don't want more Fire
That's
Emblem
why,
characters,
as a
but
rule,
here we are. No, it was on one of my
lead
videos,
button
so
upward.
congrats, guy. You got your other Fire Emblem
Or
character.
downward in this case. Next, the side special move.
I don't know what it
Byleth will
is
simply swing the lance like this.
about
But
Fire
again,
Emblem
it is
that I
excellent
just
reach.
don't.
For example,
Also,
even
sorry
when
if
your
I haven't
opponent
really been
is at this
talking.
distance, it'll still hit.
I don't know what it is exactly that I don't like. Like in terms of just like the characters don't excite me,
Actually,
but I
you can use
think
smash attack to charge forward a little, like this.
they're very human grounded characters, which is not normally what I
But
lean
as you'd
towards,
expect,
and that
they're
it doesn't
easily shielded, so be careful.
represent any sort of new thing coming
Use it
into
midair
Smash
and you
Bros.
carve up
You
a
know,
large area.
I think that's why I'm kind of like done.
Returning to the side air attacks from earlier, they have great horizontal reach, but they lack verticality. So this complements it well. Although you'll be vulnerable when you land. Now, for the downward inputs. For these, Byleth will use an axe called Emir. It's named after a weapon that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack. It really is strong. You can try for a meteor effect with this attack. Next is the down smash attack. A heavy swing of the axe, back and forth. As you can see, it has a great deal of launch power. And for the down special, Byleth channels all their energy into a devastating strike.
Single strike.
It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes it different. When readying the move, there's a super armor effect,
Okay.
which allows you to withstand an attack.
Right.
Just so you know, if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time, it plays out like this.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage. Unless you get grabbed. Another notable aspect is that it lets you pass through platforms.
No, that's cool.
While you're charging up, you can breeze past platforms like this to reach a lower area.
Oh boy.
It won't let you jump, but you could use
That's
it
pretty
as a
dirty.
surprise attack. Also, you can turn around during the move. The
Makes
swing
sense.
takes a while, so if an opponent runs behind you during the move, you can quickly change direction. Even though
wonder-
it can be hard to land a hit with this move, it can be really effective when used against a group of opponents.
That's cool.
Plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little.
Okay.
It's as if the quaking of the ground launches them. By the way, earlier I talked a little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because you'll just get loads of counters. It hits with that much power in a single attack. Counters can actually multiply the power of blocked attacks, and using easily anticipated attacks like this could just
I wonder
get
if
you hit
Sakurai's
by
gonna play through
counter
classic
after counter.
mode. We also have 15 more minutes.
Next, we have the neutral moves. The bow you use is called Failnaught, which shares
Failnaught.
its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table.
Okay.
It only appears in a few neutral moves. You've got the neutral air attack. This attack is similar to a move of Pit's and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the weapon around.
That's got a weird like spin.
It's also easy to create certain combos with it.
Right.
And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward, right?
Oh, I can tell
But
you,
there are a
this
few
character was
noteworthy
not on my
aspects
list.
to this bow. First, The biggest difference between this bow and Link's is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready. You can't release it partway through the charge, so when it does fire, the arrow travels at high speed. It's also very powerful. That said, you can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button. You can also change direction while in the stance. It works up until this point, but if you keep holding the button,
I do love this stage.
A powerful arrow that looks like a beam of light.
That's cool.
You can perform this move by keeping the button held down. You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire. But again, you'll need to take care when using this move. For one, when you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield button. In other words, you're committed to firing it. So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible. Once you've entered the stance,
You will be
you
vulnerable.
won't be able to do anything. Which means it's quite the risky attack to use against fighters who have a move with a reflector effect. But you could always just aim into the fray, as it is, after all, a long-range move, letting you deal a sudden blow to opponents. So you need to think carefully when using this projectile weapon. Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original game, there's a move called Ruptured Heaven. This is an enhanced version.
That's cool.
As you can see, you team up with the mysterious Sothis and launch an attack together. Now, let's talk about the color variations. It's set up so that the default and odd-numbered color variations are male, while the even-numbered ones are female. However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors are,
There
as
we
you can
go.
see, reminiscent of the house leaders.
That's cool.
Those of you who've played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring to. The sixth color is based on Sothis, who you just saw earlier.
Oh, okay. Kind of looked like Lynn to
And the
me.
seventh and eighth variations have a different hair color, which is based on something that occurs in the course of the original game's story. Didn't we see this variation in the final smash?
I have no idea. I like the Pegasus in the background. Garreg Mach Monastery.
Next, I'll introduce the stage. For this one, we of course tried to recreate the place where you spend most of the game, Garreg Mach Monastery.
Okay.
This is how Garreg Mach Monastery is laid out in the original game. From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall,
Oh,
bridge, and cathedral, all in one stage.
that's cool. I'll give you
It's the
props.
type of
That's
stage
cool,
that
Sakurai.
rotates through different areas, such as these four. Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas.
Oh boy.
The first area is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping.
Oh.
The guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house, Dimitri, Dedu, and Ingrid.
Okay.
Not Dimitri, Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say. They're largely from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri's the future king. He had quite a difficult life and may
Yeah, I
or may
think
not
it's
end
still
up
moving.
with just one eye.
I can't tell.
He's an unfortunate one, that one. There are vendors on either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but you can break them, you see.
Break them down.
If you do break them, the stage will expand to the left and right.
Oh, that's cool.
I wonder where people will buy their supplies now.
They won't.
And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper.
Hello, Gatekeeper.
You often pass through this area in Fire Emblem 3 houses, and you end up talking to him a lot. Moving through these areas is possible thanks to this mysterious platform. Just when it seems like you've come to a stop, you'll come crashing back down.
That's
You've
cool.
broken through the ceiling and slammed into the building.
The chandeliers coming down.
And the guests in the reception hall.
See, this
are
is that's the
Edelgard,
person I thought it was
Dorothea,
going to be.
and Petra,
Edelgard,
the Land
yeah.
Eagles.
Like if
Take
there
note,
was a
it's
Fire
not
Emblem character,
spelled
because that's the one
Edelgard.
people said
They're
a
from
lot.
the Adressian Empire.
Hmm.
And as such, they embrace their military might.
I see.
Edelgard is one of the characters who is central to the conflict.
Ah, I see.
Depending on the path you take, she'll go through some terrible ordeals. You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers above the stage.
Mm-hmm. They
It's
can fall.
possible to knock them down.
Yeah. It's like Little Mac.
However, Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage. You can reach it with other fighters, though. So, it's nice if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone.
Oh, hey. Oh, that was cool.
And you can knock it down. Also, you can break this table. Like so. Just like the sign that reads Furin Kazan in the Suzaku Castle stage, it can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range.
That's cool. Next is the
Next
bridge.
up, the bridge.
Yep.
The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating this long area.
I like the
It's
stage.
very wide indeed.
I really do like the stage.
It's similar to the bridge of Elden stage.
Yep.
The guests are from the Golden Deer.
And the Golden
Claude,
Deer.
Hilda, and Lawrence.
Yep.
They belong to the Leicester Alliance.
Also, Taylor's
Because it's an alliance,
probably
many noble
happy.
families
He's been
say
playing
that
this
they
game
have
a
wide
lot.
assortment of members.
I
And
imagine
Claude
he's
is
happy.
the sharpest of the bunch.
Taylor, if you're watching,
Incidentally,
let me know if you're
both
happy.
Claude and Hilda are the names of
I'm sure we'll
characters
talk
that appear
soon.
in Genealogy of the Holy War, the 4th title in the Fire Emblem series. I guess once you've reached the 17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name overlap. The naming process must be tough.
Yeah,
Hey,
definitely.
it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training. As for the bridge's design, it's just a long pathway, plain and simple. You can expect plenty of blows to be exchanged at the edges of the screen. You could also say it's a place where the fail knot really shines, and in this sense, I think it suits the Golden Deer perfectly.
I know Roger's face is very happy.
The last area is the cathedral, only with some platforms you can pass through.
I imagine, at
The
least.
guests appearing in the cathedral are Sedith, Flame, and Rhea. There's Sedith, who appears to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flame. She seems to be under the protection of him and Rhea, who you can see fighting during the opening of Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Mm-hmm.
All three have character quirks related to their true identities. I
I
feel
know
that
none of
Flame
this.
might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that. This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged. It'll cycle through each location in about
Let's
2.5
see.
minutes.
Let's see Byleth in action. Okay.
Okay, today we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages.
Okay.
That'll give us precisely 5 players per side. Alright, here we go, Joker. Joker!
I was like, why is he starting with Joker?
Hero! Gee, we really made it a lot, huh? Banjo! By now, I think you know what I'm doing.
Bye, Terry.
Basically, I'm trying to defeat all 5 opponents with just the professor here.
Alright. Do it,
But
Sakurai.
as expected, it's going to be a pretty tough battle. So
I
I'm
believe
using
in you.
Anything I can get my hands on.
I wonder what... Does he have it on 9?
It's not going to land that easily. Uh-oh, this is bad. Bennigan's. I better keep my distance. I'll use this chance to attack.
Ooh, there you go.
That's
Gra-
scary. He's invincible for a moment here. Lots of explosives. Ouch. Perfect shielded that, huh? Good one. If I do this, or like so. No anti-air, huh? There, the soccer ball connected.
Also, to those of you that are very happy about this, I'm happy
Good.
for you
There's
guys. Just, yeah.
You're in a good spot.
Not anyone I was expecting, for sure.
I shouldn't have taken that. Gardevoir.
God
Well, I
of
guess no one
War.
uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not. I feel like the enemy might get this Smash Ball. See? They got it. But I mustn't give up. I can't waste the chance. There's another Smash Ball. Yes, got it. Now,
Do it!
what are you charging up for?
Poor Roy. But Roy's our boy.
There's still more.
Grab the hammer.
Whack. Go on, you can take the hammer, but it's mine. Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state.
There you
I
go.
hit him.
Sakurai beasting him.
I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game.
That's right, Sakurai.
It can be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of challenges on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
Song collection. Where are we at?
Now, about the additional music.
And then me, costumes, and amiibo, and we're pretty
Since
much
it's
done.
from the Fire Emblem series, we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages. There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration.
Yeah.
11 songs are being added.
And that was something I wasn't really excited
This
about
includes
because
an arrangement of the main
we already
themes
have
in
Fire
both
Emblem
Japanese
tracks,
and
you know,
English.
whatever.
I hope you'll enjoy these as well.
We will.
We're also adding in a new spirit
Mhm.
board. It includes the house leaders among some of the other.
Also, there's no
popular
promises that it's a second Fighter's Pass. Whatever the...
characters.
However
So this is
more
Legend class.
DLC characters we have.
Also, there's a new classic mode route, a heroic legacy, which
Cool.
is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history.
There you go.
The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to that.
Oh, that's cool.
Now for the Mii Fighter costumes. Please take a look.
Alright, let's see if this deconfirms anyone. Ezio? Maybe I'm Altair? Like, as in... Or, yeah, okay. That's weird that it didn't... That was Assassin's Creed, right? A lot of Ubisoft stuff. Rabbids. Okay. Mega Man X. Oh, the X costume is back. Okay. Right, I think it was in Smash 4. Let's see if we get the Doom hat. Mega Man Battle Network! Oh! Was that in Wii U? I don't know, but I'm sure Devin is happy about that. No way! That's sick! That's awesome! Hey! Includes a music track. That's cool. That's really cool. Got those Ubisoft reps. Okay. Cool. I think that's it.
はい今回新
This
しい
time, we're releasing a Cuphead costume. And for those of you who purchased the Cuphead costume, an additional song will be added.
Cool.
It's called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that plays when fighting Cagney Carnation.
Okay.
I hope you enjoy these as well.
それぞれのキャラクター方法については
After
Amiibo.
purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature.
その中で
If someone has created a Mii fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it.
Oh, that's cool.
And now, onto the amiibo.
Richter and Dark Samus, they come out tomorrow.
The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah?
Dark Samus and Richter are planned for release on Friday, January 17th.
Five fighters join the fight.
そして今回
And now, with the addition of Byleth, the Fighters Pass is finally complete.
Right.
The lineup was Joker, Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry
Terry.
Bogard, and Byleth.
Okay.
From more than 70 fighters, only 5 have been added.
Mm-hmm.
But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with,
That's true.
right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on.
Mm-hmm.
There really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there? When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different.
Yeah.
Instead, we try to offer you a whole new style of play.
Which is cool.
As I stated, we'll continue to release more DLC fighters down the line.
Mm-hmm.
I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but, well, have a look.
Okay. Even more fighters in development. Six. Ooh.
Looks like there will be 1 more fighter than last time. For this reason, we will be releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass
Okay.
Volume 2. It will be available for pre-purchase on the date shown, so please keep an eye out.
January 28th.
And now that it's official, we intend to move ahead with development.
Awesome.
Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm
Uh-huh.
personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed.
That's okay.
Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchased it.
Okay.
Furthermore, the new additions have already been decided.
Right.
Even if I receive many requests regarding potential candidates on Twitter, I'm afraid it would be very hard to consider them.
Mm-hmm.
But I still hope you'll look forward to it.
Hey, we will.
We're also including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume
Oh.
2. Last time, it was a Rex costume. But
Oh.
this time, here's what we have. It's a new fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear from The Legend of Zelda
I was
Breath
like-
of the Wild.
Link?
This
That's
will
cool.
not be for sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
Oh, cool. Lastly, what you got?
スマブラスペシャル
It's
は
been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is
Oh,
the
okay.
highest-selling fighting game in the world. Personally, I don't know if it counts as simply a fighting game, but I
Yeah.
guess it's seen as a fighting game around the world.
I've heard what you said. I've heard that before, Sakurai.
Seems like Street Fighter 2 was in the lead for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales.
No. That must be.
However, I'm not sure if this is accurate. There were 5 versions of Street Fighter 2, or 6 to 7 if we really want to get into the weeds. Plus, there's the arcade versions and the 25 ports to other systems, so I don't know if that's been accounted for. Also,
Gotcha.
I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows?
Sakurai always
But when
remaining
it
humble.
comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is #1.
That's cool. That's really cool, Sakurai.
Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game. I feel like it's become more than a fighting game. Some sort of celebration of gaming or something else entirely.
It's true.
Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters.
Mm-hmm.
非常に感慨深いものを覚えています第一シーズンの
The first Fighters Pass just wrapped up,
がやっぱり
but it was decided that there will be more DLC,
Yep.
which means no breaks for me.
思っています
I plan to keep working hard, so I hope you can continue to support us.
I hope you had the holidays, Sakurai.
That's it. Thank you.
Have a good one, Sakurai. Alright. Well, certainly not, as you can tell, my reaction was a bit subdued. Fire Emblem was not something I was looking forward to. It was not something I really wanted. I mostly wanted third-party characters because it kind of brings in all these other franchises, and that's why Byleth was, like, not super exciting to me. Oh, something went wrong. That's fine. So yeah, Byleth was not something I was, like, super aiming for. Also, but to be fair, Reggie did say it would be characters you would not expect, and I definitely was not expecting Byleth. So Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has the greatest roster of all time. I want that to be known. And I think it is known. You know. So regardless of any choices that anybody makes, and, you know, they add in characters like Byleth, and, you know, I think maybe there will be room for, like, Bandana Waddle Dee and things like that. You know, Nintendo characters back in. Which doesn't really excite me, because I think most of the major Nintendo characters have been covered, or have been made assist trophies. Like something like Isaac would have definitely excited me much more. But regardless, I'm happy that you guys are happy. I hope you're happy, Fire Emblem Three Houses fans. So yeah, I personally hope we get more third-party characters, and, you know, people that kind of bring more to the fray, I guess. Like, not bring more to the fray, just, like, that kind of bring extra stuff into Smash Bros, you know? But hey, we're gonna go from there. You can tell, it didn't really wake me up. You know, I thought maybe it would be a character that would excite me a lot more, but that's okay. Every thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'm sorry if it's not the reaction you were looking for, but hey, not every character is gonna be a total win for everyone. Anyway, guys, if you did like this video for some reason, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one.